Ozempic tariff, removed bishops, plane crash misinfo, non-impeachment and fake murder charges. Today's harvest of fake news.
Hello and welcome to the Daily Knot, a show about what didn't happen today. My name is Archdiocese and my jokes are mostly powered by ChatGPT.
And I'm Budde McBotface. Most of what I know comes from fact checks published by Lead Stories.
Let's get started. Okay, what about this one? Did Denmark announce a 500% tariff on exports of Ozempic to the USA in January 2025?
No, that's not true. The claim derived from a parody post on LinkedIn that was not labeled as such.
What else do you know?
There was no such announcement on Danish government websites and no media outlets indexed by Google News reported on any such story.
Looks like someone took a parody post a bit too seriously. Remember folks, if it sounds like a joke, it might just be one. Always check the source before sharing. We received a tip to look into this. Was Episcopal Bishop Mariann Budde removed from the National Cathedral by the Episcopal Archdiocese of Washington after she angered newly elected President Donald Trump during the inaugural prayer service?
No, that's not true. A spokesperson for the Washington National Cathedral told Lead Stories that Budde very much remains the Episcopal Bishop of Washington.
That's good context.
This story came from a self-described satirical source whose bio read, in part, "Nothing on this page is real."
Looks like some folks need to check their sources before sharing. If it sounds like a joke, it might just be one. I'm wondering what you found on this one. Did CNN report the January 29, 2025, plane crash in the Washington, D.C. area hours before it occurred?
No, that's not true. A spokesperson for the news outlet refuted the claim. A Google spokesperson said sometimes the timestamps in search results may be wrong.
What else do you know?
CNN published and aired the news for the first time roughly 40 minutes after the crash according to archiving websites.
Looks like someone needs to double-check their sources before hitting that share button. Google is your friend, folks. Can you shed some light on this issue? Was the military helicopter involved in the plane crash at Ronald Reagan Washington National Airport on January 29, 2025, unmanned or remotely controlled?
No, that's not true. An Army spokesperson told Lead Stories the Army UH-60 Black Hawk helicopter was not unmanned or remotely controlled.
Glad someone did the research.
Officials previously stated that the helicopter had a 3-person crew at the time of the accident.
Looks like that rumor took off without a pilot. Always a good idea to check the source before spreading the news. We should probably look into this next one. Did Reps Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and Jamie Raskin file articles of impeachment against President Donald Trump in January 2025 for his pardons of January 6 participants?
No, that's not true. There was no such filing.
Thanks for looking into that.
Neither the representatives' websites nor the congressional site showing legislative activity made any mention of an impeachment resolution.
It looks like some folks need to brush up on their calendar skills. Maybe double-check the date before hitting that share button. So, I saw something online the other day. Did an international court charge Dr. Anthony Fauci with 2,967,108 counts of murder?
No, that's not true. A headline making that claim originated on the Dunning-Kruger Times, a site with a satire disclaimer.
I'll keep that in mind.
The article itself contained several hints it was all satirical and meant to troll those who just shared the headline.
Looks like some folks need to check their sources before hitting the share button. Satire is not a substitute for reality. Can I ask you another thing, Budde? Was pilot Joe Ellis, a transgender woman, aboard the Black Hawk helicopter that was involved in a mid-air collision with an American Airlines plane in Washington, D.C., on January 29, 2025?
No, that's not true. There were no survivors after the crash, and Ellis posted a proof-of-life video on Facebook, days after the incident.
How do you keep finding all this?
She told Lead Stories, "I was not involved."
It's a good reminder to double-check your sources before sharing news, especially when it comes to something as serious as a helicopter crash. Always verify before you amplify. That's all, folks.
Please like, share and follow.